So I thought I would check in, share my thoughts. Got a couple minutes before I get to my destination. But I just finished watching the Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin's regulatory briefing, and I had a couple thoughts and a couple takeaways from his little 15-minute, 10-minute spiel in front of reporters. And then he also followed up on the debt ceiling. But what's most interesting about this whole cryptocurrency regulatory aspect, a couple things he hinted at that lets me know that, you know, it's always good to get a feel for what they say, knowing that it tends to be the opposite in a sense. So they'll come out saying one thing, but in the back of my mind, I always, believe that they're just trying to direct attention somewhere else. But one of the things that the reporter asked him directly was, is he comfortable?
That you're comfortable with Facebook launching the currency if they do it in the right way.
I didn't say I was comfortable with them launching a currency.
With the whole idea of Libra and Facebook, if they were to comply with regulatory aspects and whatnot, and he kept hinting at, I didn't say I was comfortable. I didn't say we're comfortable. I'm not sure what it would take for us to be comfortable, but yet we want it to be an even playing field.
If they launched it in the appropriate and in a safe way in terms of...
Yeah, but I'm not comfortable today. So let me just be careful. As I've said, they and others have a lot of work to do before they get us comfortable.
That all institutions that try to come up with their own cryptocurrency abide by the banking and all. He called out several different governments of body, the Treasury, but he kept hinting on FinCEN, like, a lot of people don't know what that is, he said. So we want to make sure that they're compliant with all of that, the KYC, AMA, all that stuff like that. But what I took away from it primarily is that two things. I'm not sure if this is a direct, deliberate way of saying that they feel some type of pressure because attention is going away from the dollar. This is especially after Trump's tweet on Friday. He commented on that a little bit, but not sure whether it's a diversion tactic and they want to reel back attention to the primary, as he mentioned, reserve currency, the dollar, or is this a way of them trying to continue to create buzz just around the digital currency thing? And so we all know, and I posted articles before about central banks are looking into creating their own digital currency. So could this be the preparation for him to try to continue the narrative of needing to abide by regulatory type of things so that it'll be easier for the Treasury or the Federal Reserve to perhaps introduce their digital currency down the line? Because we all know we're approaching a point where the paper game is becoming problematic. And so we're going to eventually go solely digital, especially once they drop rates and cash becomes an issue. So with that being the case, from Steve Mnuchin's press conference, highlighting the importance of everybody playing by the same rules.
A sense of a timeline there. Is Facebook being candid with the administration about it? How many years it would take them?
I think they're being very candid with the administration and where they are. I'm not going to publicly speculate how long I think it will take them to get to the point where we're comfortable with it, but they are a long way away from. And again, part of it, there's been a lot of public interest in this. That's why I wanted to give the public the assurance, but before they or anyone else does this, that we're going to make sure the financial system is protected. And as I said, there's a lot of illicit activity that will be shutting down for people who are using cryptocurrencies for bad purposes.
And the question is whether or not he wants to divert attention towards the digital currency aspect in preparation or of introducing it to the public so that we're comfortable with some type of coin that might come out from the government or the Treasury directly, or is this their way of saying that they're starting to feel the pinch or the pressure that no one's really talking about the dollar as much because Libra is getting all the mainstream news, and then they also threw in Bitcoin and the problems they're having with that, and he called out, gave out maybe 5 or 6 different things that they're concerned with, and one of them, of course, is money laundering. They got ransomware type of threats and all types of things. So I'm starting to get the feel that they're either deliberately shining light on this subject matter because they themselves have plans for something in that neighborhood pretty soon, or they literally are feeling the pinch and the threat against the dollar because more people are open towards alternatives outside of the Federal Reserve note especially. So it's kind of interesting to watch. I definitely would encourage you guys to take a look at that. But yeah, two takeaways. One, he's either concerned with the direction of the dollar and the importance of the dollar as a reserve currency, or he's deliberately setting us up for something of that nature in the form of solely a digital currency being rolled out as a part of the plan for this next hiccup or whatever comes as a possible option if there becomes a actual fiat currency issue, which of course I believe is coming down the line. So wanted to share my quick thoughts on that. Curious to find out what you guys think. If you had a chance to watch it, definitely comment down in this video description here. And if you have not, I'll put the link down below. But I think it's very interesting because once again, by him talking about this whole cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, Libra, he's shining light on it. Now it's just a matter of whether it's deliberate or it's their way of them actually feeling pressure from the Federal Reserve note, not necessarily being a primary option for a lot of people these days. So something worth keeping attention on, keeping an eye on. But curious to find out what you think. Leave a comment down below because he kept stressing that he doesn't feel comfortable with this.
That you're comfortable with Facebook launching the currency if they do it in the right way.
I didn't say I was comfortable with them launching a currency.
Not sure what it would take in reference to Facebook and Libra. So it looks like they're going to try to put the clamp down on those guys, because if Facebook is able to go around and pass all the regulatory aspects to introduce their version of a digital currency, I would imagine pretty soon Amazon and Google themselves might get in the game. And if they do, bye-bye Federal Reserve note. So other than that, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Leave a comment down below, and definitely look forward to checking in again. Enjoy your day.